Thanks.
Cool. I'm glad you are.
I know there's at least 2 more coming.
Okay, great. So you don't have to move up. She said there's about 2 more coming. We'll just fill them in there. I'm going to have to yell back there anyway. It's up to you. Yeah. I had asked her to move up earlier so that I didn't have to scream at you. This is my husband Michael. We'll be playing music, and we're live streaming this so that we can help support. We live stream our classes. You won't be on. It'll just be me and the Sunset and Michael. We thought we'd give them some publicity and help support them. Steel. How did you guys find out about this? Do you live in the neighborhood?
We live in the Wash Park area, and yeah, actually, my sister used to live over here, and one night we were kind of looking for a spot for dinner, and she's like, the best rooftop ever is Joy Hill, and pulled up the site and saw this little next up.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Good. So the pizza ready.
Yeah.
It's so cute in there.
I know, it's adorable.
Yeah, I love it. And this is one of the best, if not the best. At least right now, it's like right at us.
Perfect.
Right, is it time to get started? Oh, I need my phone. I'm kind of just going to keep layers on. Yoga and layers. Right on time, 6:30. Okay, we get going. Welcome. We went up there. We are on the roof of Joy Hill Pizza. Joy Hill? Joy Hill. And it's awesome. This place is awesome. You have to get in here. It's beautiful, and they have a great view. And it's right in central Denver on South Broadway. I don't think what that crossroad is. Does anyone happen to know what this name? Mississippi?
Arizona
And Broadway. They're closed on Monday, so don't come down today, but come down soon because I can tell this vibe here is really sweet, and we want to support these people. They just opened in March, just before COVID hit, and then they had to close down. So now they're back open, and we want them to make it. We want small business, local small business to make it. So come on to Joy Hill if you can. It's my public service announcement. Welcome, all you guys that are just coming in. I went around and kind of said hello to people. My name's Katrina. This is my husband, Michael. We're going to do a heart-centered vinyasa flow, gentle vinyasa flow for us this evening. And Michael will play live music. Partially, I love live music in general. It's so nice to have it, but also we get dinged if we play our playlists on YouTube. So we get authentic, original music live instead of what I would be playing on my playlist. If you can't hear me, just give me one of these so I can try to pipe it up. It seems counterintuitive to be yelling in a yoga class, but I'll do my best to get it out. We've been teaching park yoga since COVID hit, since we could get outside with park permits. So I'm a little used to the yelling piece, but mostly our studio is inside and about as big as this space, and I don't have to yell. So I'm hoping that you can hear me back there, especially back row. Give me that. Okay, good. Thanks. I'm going to have you start laying on your back and put a bend in your knees. And I know we're like 2 or 3 stories up, but I want you to try to tune into the electromagnetic field of the earth and just let yourself be held by it. One of the beautiful things about Earth is her power. She's so strong, and even while she's burning up and having a hard time right now with holding all of us people, 7 billion plus people, she's not given up. She just keeps her force strong as best she can. And quote I like to remind us of that I'm sure you've heard before is one by Nikola Tesla. And he says, if you want to understand the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Because that's what everything is. You're made of that. The floor you're laying on, even your rubber mat. And so when we really quiet our mind and let our body come into stillness a little bit, we start to attune to that bigger frequency. Another great scientist, of course you know, Albert Einstein says, the law of resonance is the lowest vibration will always rise up to the next highest vibration around it. So if you quiet the mind, and that's a key piece because thoughts are vibration and they're loud. Energy coming off your body is a vibration, and sometimes if we've had a fight or we're stressed out or holding a lot of tension in our body, it's coming off your field energetically. When we quiet all that just enough, then we're going to sync up to that energy of the earth. And her energy has actually been measured in terms of frequency. And it's the same frequency as your heart chakra, which has also been measured. Your musical, it's the note of F. This frequency is equated to loving kindness. So when we just let ourselves go a little bit and tune into the natural world, we instantly vibe up to that loving kindness feeling. That's kind of what I'm asking you to do right now. You know, we're in the middle of the city, airplanes and trains and cars. It's all a hum. It's all vibration. Think of it as an ohm. That train rumbling by is ohming. I invite you to bring both hands to prayer position at your heart. It's called Anjali Mudra. Take a moment to perhaps set your intention for this evening as the sun goes down. We offer our intention to be taken with that sun. Deep down. The word in Sanskrit for intention is sankalpa. Really, we set our intention in the depth of our spiritual heart, called Hiridayam heart. So let your intention drop down to that deeper level. Not just surface, not just floating around in that forehead, but deep in. Because then it starts to move energetically throughout all the cells of your being. It feeds into your organs, to your blood, to your bones, to the bone marrow. Become that vibration, the thought that you're holding, that intention. Go ahead and take a nice long stretch with arms overhead and take the legs out long. When you get into that full stretch, point and flex the toes a couple of times to activate the lines in your body. Lines of energy. Eastern medicine, we call them meridians, and Ayurveda, we call them nadis. And then hug your knees into your chest and give yourself a good squeeze. You made it to your mat. It's oftentimes really easy to talk ourselves out of doing this sort of work. We'd rather turn on the TV or plop on the couch. So applaud yourself for making the effort to do this practice, this ancient, beautiful practice that helps us to center. And just take a couple roly-polies right up into seated till you come up into Sukhasana or easy pose. We'll bring our hands back to prayer. We'll take a moment, if you don't mind, just to look around at one another and give each other a little smiley face. Kind of helps to drop the mood a little bit of serious and helps to build a little community when you see each other. And it's weird that we get to see each other anymore, even if we don't know one another. So it's nice to see a smile in people's eyes. We'll come back into our own center. Take a moment to feel the sun on you as she slowly goes down. Remind yourself of the intention and then just a gentle gaze. And I'm going to turn with you to watch that last little bit. Let the intention drop down as the sun goes down, begins to silhouette the mountains. Just give yourself a moment of gratitude for this beautiful scape we get to see. In this moment, in this now moment, we are safe, healthy, we're not in a place of lack. Sometimes we take those simple things for granted. The sun sets, I always like to give my gratitude for the day. Count my blessings. Just feel a connection to these sweet cycles. The moon cycles, the sun cycles, the earth cycles. Returning to our earth ways. That's our great star dipping behind the mountains. Provides us so much nourishment. One more time, just closing your eyes. Send a prayer to somebody in your world that needs it. Maybe see their face in your heart, a friend, or perhaps even a foe that's struggling right now. The place, the fires, blasting out a little heart wave of love. Bow into our heart. And slowly open the eyes again. Take our arms out to the side and take a big lift all the way up. And when you get to the top and release the fingers, turn them straight up. Just pull yourself out of the pelvis a little bit. Get extra length through the spine. Take a breath in and we're going to cascade down. Right hand to left knee. Left hand becomes a kickstand. I'm opposite of you. And then tall inhale and twist off that left knee, looking out over your left shoulder. Another breath in, just a little deeper. Then inhale, hands back up to the sky and kind of rainbow on over to the other side. Left hand to right knee, right hand's the kickstand. Tall inhale, twist a little deeper. And again, inhale and exhale. Then back up tall to the sky and on forward. The hard part with this is keeping your booty down on the mat, sit bones. So crawl out as far as you can reach and then drop your head in between your arms, pressing the bum to the earth. Take a breath in and a big breath out. And one more time like that. Inhale and exhale. Then we'll crawl on over into tabletop position. If it's too hard to roll over your knees, just swing your legs around. Tabletop, we stack our shoulders over our wrists, hips over our knees. Let it go into cat-cow. So the inhale will look up to the sky. And just hold that for a moment before we move it into the undulation. Just let that front abdominal wall stretch. Most of us, especially ladies, we tend to squeeze that belly a lot, holding a lot. So just let it release. No one can see. And then we'll tuck, bring the chin into the chest, angle the head, and now squeeze the belly button up to the spine. Holding this one out just a little bit. You can keep breathing, and then flow it. You go with your breath. The inhale looks up, the exhale curls in. Each time the movement gets a little bigger. Really letting our spine loosen up. And then the next time that you come into neutral position, hold it out. Stack again, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Right hand's going to go to the sky. Rotate the wrist a couple of times in each direction. And then we'll thread the needle. Right ear, right shoulder to the mat. Left hand to the sky. Rotate that wrist a couple of times. And then hook it around to low back or maybe on over into that right hip. As you inhale, you pick up that left shoulder and roll it more onto your back body. Exhale, let it settle in. 2 more times like that. Inhale and exhale. And last one, breath in and breath out. The left hand to the sky and on forward overhead, palm down. And then pull your left booty back so there's traction on left side body. Breathe in and breathe out. Slide that left hand under your shoulder. Press, feel the right hand to the sky. Open up. And then exhale, bring it down. We'll go right into the other side. So left hand starts. It reaches up. Rotate the wrist a couple of times. Thread the needle. Left ear, left shoulder to the earth. Right hand to the sky. Rotate that wrist. Hook around to low back or maybe to the left hip crease. On the inhale, you pick up your right shoulder and roll it onto the back. Exhale, let it settle in. 2 more times like that. Inhale and exhale. Last one. Breath in and breath out. Right hand back up to the sky and on overhead. Crawl out as far as you can, then shoot your right sit bone straight back. Feel that pull all the way through your armpit, rib cage, waistband. Breathe in and breathe out. Then slide your right hand under your shoulder, press, feel the left hand open to the sky, all the way up. That's homing. Bring both hands down, curl the toes under, push up and back, or in our down dog. Pedal out your feet, dangle your head, press your heels towards the floor. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. And one more time, breath in. Breath out. Gently walk forward to the top of our mat, forward fold. Hook onto opposite elbows. Play with the 4 corners of your feet, rolling forward into the balls of the feet, lifting the heels slightly, and then rocking back to the heels, picking up the toes. Spread them wide, let them set back down. Even weight distribution now. Head dangles. Gentle swaying side to side. Start to loosen up your low back and waistband. Then we'll release our arms down and slowly roll up all the way to standing. Up to Skandasana, mountain pose. You have the benefit of looking at what you are emulating right now. So be like those mountains, really rooted and grounded. We need this more than ever right now. Things are so uncertain. So let ourselves tap in. The ancients designed these poses looking at nature. They needed grounding energy. They said, be like a mountain. So just take that in. If you want, look at it. Looking at those mountains is part of the reason you're here. Just absorb what it's putting out. It's got a vibe. Everything is frequency, vibration, and energy. Just take it in. And a wide sweep to the sky, all the way up. Interlace the fingers, turn the palms straight up, and that extra length through our spine again. Take a breath in. You're going to take a dip over to your left. I'm opposite of you, so go opposite. Go, breath in, a little deeper. Root down through that right foot to anchor you. And one more like that. Inhale. Then press through the hands, little bend in the knees, come all the way around, up the other side, 3 times through. Just keep that rolling. The bend in the knees protects the low back. And when you get to the 3rd rotation, pause, recalibrate, get tall again, and take a dip over to your right side. Breath in, A little deeper on the breath out, rooting through that left pinky toe. Another inhale, and then press all the way through. We're going around 3 times, opposite direction. Bending the knees to protect our low back again. And then when we get to that third rotation, we'll pause. Bring our hands down to the side. Make fists with your hands and take your feet a little bit wider than hip width, more like mat width. And you're just going to twist. And let those hands land back there at your kidneys. Make sure you're social distancing, otherwise you're going to punch your neighbor's kidneys. Back rows, misbehaving. You guys probably can't see it, but I can. The moon is incredible. She's full on Thursday, and it's right over here. Be sure to take a look before you leave. Then we go into what I call Shamanic Shaking. Just shake off all the shizzle, all the stuff that's bugging, whatever's bugging. If somebody's bugging, shake them off. If you're bugging, we're usually our worst big bug. Shake yourself off. If you got some fears or some worries or some nervous energy, the skin's the largest organ in the body, and it's breathing. This helps it. A little bit more, last 10 seconds just to get a little heat. You're at a concert, you haven't been to in a long time. Woo! And then just pause. Back in your Skandasana. Little buzz. It's nice. It's nice to have a buzz. Woo! That was free. Wide sweep. Going to dive through. And our half lift. Sometimes we just go into this, we don't think about what it's doing. It's trying to create length in your spine. So as you push away from your shins, you get all that traction. Keep it. And then fall back in. Plant your hands. Right foot's going to go all the way to the back of your mat. And then glide back and forth. Spidey fingertips. Gives you a little lift. You want to make sure you have enough length between that front foot and back foot. So when you come into the lunge, the knee should be over the ankle, not the toes. If you're lunging too far forward, scoochie that right foot back a little. And then we'll hold out that left leg a little straighter. It doesn't have to be all the way. Straighten it out best you can. Let the head dangle towards the knee. Square the hips. Left hip back, right hip forward. Take a breath in and a breath out. Back into the lunge. Bring that left hand to the inside of left foot. Runner's lunge. We're in high pose, so we just hold that taller position. Press strong through that right heel, straight back. Open up the front of your right thigh. That's your hip flexor. Usually these are pretty tight. Take a breath in. Big breath out. Now walk around to the right side of your mat, rotating in that right foot. Take a dip over to that right heel, pull the left leg straight. It's called Skandasana. Again, I'm opposite of you. Then you pick up your bum and you haul it over to the left heel, right leg straight, toes to the sky. And back and forth you go. And you can go at your own pace. Picking up that booty is no joke. But try to get it up there and then back down. We're getting into our inner thighs, our hamstrings, outer thighs, getting our wheels looped up. And we're going to rotate back around to the front of our mat next time we pass to the front. Steady ourselves in the low position. Hug to your center and take a strong rise up into Crescent Lunge. Once you're up, square the hips. Pull that left hip back, right hip forward. Reach up tall to the sky. Nice job, yogis. Hang in there. Take a breath in. Hands to heart center. Right hand forward, left hand back. So it's a side twist. Once you have it, look back over that left shoulder. Take a full inhale and widen your wings a little bit on the exhale. Sink into the lunge. Now, tricky. Let that left hand go to the right thigh. Right hand to the sky. See if you can look up. No cat. And then come back around. Reach it up tall to the sky. Back foot meets front foot. Gustafson chair pose. This is a heat builder. Kind of need some heat. Usually we don't like this one, but right now it's feeling pretty good. Take a breath in, sink a little deeper, breath out. And again, inhale and exhale. Last time, inhale breath, come to standing. Samastitihi, it's all things balance at the heart. Just close your eyes or enjoy the sunset. I keep forgetting you have this beautiful view. Don't close your eyes, take that in. But focus at the heart, that deep heart, and just repeat your intention to yourself over and over and over to help bring your vibration up to that level. Such a gift to be able to do this. Take a breath in, release the hands on the breath out. Wide sweep to the sky, all the way up. Dive through center, all the way through, forward fold. Inhale. This is that half lift. And we're getting some traction in our spine. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Exhale, back into the fold. Plant your hands, left foot goes all the way back. Make sure it's a big enough stance. And then gentle gliding back and forth, straighten and bend. You can go little movements at first. Or maybe hold them out, each in. Into the lunge and into the straighten. Couple more passes. And we'll pull that right leg a little straight. It doesn't have to be all the way straight, like I said. Square your hips, right hip back, left hip forward. Head dangles towards your knee. Take a breath in. And a big breath out. And one more time here. Inhale. Then back into the lunge on the exhale. Bring that right hand to the inside of that right foot. And you can check. Knees should be over ankle on that right side. And we hold this high position. 3 breaths here. It's pretty deep in your hips. Take an inhale. Full exhale. Again, inhale. And exhale. Last one. Inhale, breath. And exhale. Now we walk around to the left side of our mat. Same thing. Drop back to the left heel, right leg straight, toes to the sky. Back and forth you go at your own pace. Anywhere where your adductors, your inner thighs are saying hold, listen to your body. And then the next time that we pass around to the front of our mat, rotate it back into that crescent lunge. So start in the low position. On the ball of the back foot, hug the center. Take your strong rise up. Sometimes our balance is a little weeble wobble when we're outside. There's no ceiling. No, that's normal. Pull right hip back, left hip forward. Sink in, reach up tall to the sky. Soften your shoulders. A smile on the face. Take a breath in. Hands to heart center. Left hand forward, right hand back. We open to that side twist. Take a full inhale. Open your wings a little wider on the exhale. Sink in. Good. Now that hard part. Right hand to left thigh. Left hand to the sky. See if you can look up. It's okay if you feel weeble wobble. Breath in. Breath out. Come out of it the way you went into it. So wings and back around to the front. Here's that chair pose. Utkatasana. Booty down, arms up. This is meant to transform energy. It's supposed to bring in the fire. All the fires that are burning our whole western coast right now. Up in Wyoming where my mom lives. Just up the road near Fort Collins, on fire. It's sad, and it's hard, we hate it. Just like this pose. But it's transformation. It's transformation. So when I'm in this, and I hate it, I think, what do I want to transform? My attitude, my finances, my relationships, whatever it is. Think of it, offer it up, take a breath in, and then come to standing. Samastitihi. Nice job, ladies. Close your eyes and drop into your heart. The deep heart. Actually, I keep forgetting. Keep your eyes open because it's so gorgeous. Just notice how the difference is when you close your eyes, and the reason we close our eyes is it takes you internal. You go into your internal landscape. When we're looking around, we lose so much prana, life force energy, because everything is a distraction. It sucks us here and there and everywhere. This is an exception. Amazing. This is filling you up with prana instead of depleting your prana. You know what prana is. Chi, life force energy, Shakti, Kundalini. Take a breath in. Release the hands on the breath out. Wide sweep all the way up. Dive through center all the way through. Half lift and lengthen. Flatten out your back. Keep that length. Exhale back into the fold. Plant your hands. Both feet go back high plank. We're going to do 3 deep breaths here. Inhale. Out the mouth. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Breath in. Breath out. Lower down slow. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Come on through and find your way into Cobra. Rise up. Take that breath. Exhale down. That exhale helps to get the grief out of your lungs. Rise up again. Second Cobra. A little deeper perhaps. Exhale down. And last one. Inhale. Rise up. Exhale down. Curl the toes under, up and back. You're in down dog again. 3 deep breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale again. Exhale. Working your heels towards the floor. Last one. Breath in. And breath out. Now right leg goes up high to the sky. Reach up high. On the exhale, step it up between your hands. Back foot swivels down. Come up to warrior 2. Sink into your lunge. You can be off your railroad tracks a little bit. You can widen your stance if you like. Knee goes straight out over that right foot. Left foot's at an 90 degree angle. Sink down in. Take a breath in. Soften. I love the pinks that are coming. Put the palm of that right hand. Reverse warrior. Reach back. Take an inhale. Exhale. One more. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale, push back up, warrior 2. Side angle pose. Forearm on the thigh. Left arm pulls you long. Stretch it out. Breath in. Breath out. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, push back up, warrior 2. Tuck in that right foot. Use the hooks in the paws at the side of the mat. Here you can close your eyes and go inward. Take a breath in. One more time. Inhale. Then turn it back out to your warrior 2 position. You can do that same thing and click through a little faster. So put the palm of the right hand, reverse warrior, reach back. Pull back up through warrior 2 on into side angle pose. Perhaps a little deeper down to the floor if you'd like. Pull back up, warrior 2. Now don't rest. Let that left hand come in front of your belly like you're making a yin-yang symbol, and then come forward and don't rest. Right hand in front of belly, and then back and forth. That goes a couple more times. And then we'll pull back up through warrior 2, straighten out the right leg. A little add-on triangle pose. Reach forward, take it down. Trikonasana. So that right leg stays straight. Left hand to the sky. Lean back and open up. Take a breath in. And a breath out. A little wider through the arms. Inhale. And exhale. Pull back up warrior 2. Tick-tock in that right foot again. Hands to heart center. Close the eyes. Keep repeating that intention to yourself. Feel how beautiful you are. In all the ways. Not just physically beautiful. You are a soul. That's beautiful. And hands on your hips, draw the elbows together behind. Put the chin to the sky. See if you can find a star. They're starting to pop out. I got one straight up above you. Take another breath in. And then come forward on the exhale. A little bend in the knees. Wide legged straddle pasarita. Heel toe a little wider once you start to get down. Head dangles. Take a breath in. And a big breath out. And one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Come up to that half leg. Walk around to the front of your mat. Step your right foot back to meet your left high plank. Those 3 breaths again. Inhale. Out the mouth, exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. Breath in. Breath out. Then lower down. Knees, chest, chin. Elbows stay right by your side. Come on through. Open Cobra. Take an inhale. Exhale down. 2 more times. Rise up. Only as high as it doesn't hurt your low back. Honor that boundary your body's telling you about. And last one. Inhale. And exhale. Curl the toes under, up and backward, and down dog again. 3 deep breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale again. And exhale. Last one. Breath in. Breath out. Left leg goes up high. Reach it up high, and on the exhale, step it up to the top of the mat. Right foot swivels down, warrior 2 on this side. Sink into the pose. Little adjustments as need be. Nice alignment in your footing. Dang, that's beautiful. Take a breath in. And a big breath out. Soften your shoulders a little bit. Inhale. And exhale. Now we go into the slower version first. Flip the palm of the left hand. Reach back. Little longer hold. Keep the lunge. Inhale. And exhale. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Stretch even more. Inhale. And exhale. Come on up. Warrior 2. If you need a little break, you can pop out. Go back in. And side angle pose now. Set it up. Nice long pull through right side body. Reach the fingertips towards the front of the mat. Take a breath in. Push the back edge of the mat away with that back foot. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. Breath in. And breath out. Pull back up through your warrior 2. Straighten out that leg. Tick-tock in the left foot. Pause at the side of your mat. Go into your heart place. The more you repeat the high vibration thought pattern to yourself, the more apt it is to sink in. When you find yourself distracted by noises or your own thoughts, keep yoking back. That's the yoga. Yoke back to that concentration. Releasing our hands from our heart, turn it back out to our warrior 2. And this is the one that clicks through a little faster. Flip the palm of that left hand, reach back, come forward, full side angle pose, maybe even a little deeper to the floor. Then pull back up and it goes into the floating version, yin yang, back and forth a few times. Your hands just float in front of you, reaching forward and reaching back. And then the next time that you come up through neutral, straighten out that left leg, take a breath in and reach out as far as you can. Take it on down, Trikonasana. So we can rest at the shin, maybe to the ankle, maybe to the floor. Mostly what we want is the alignment. We want our heart to be wide open. We have our right hand to the heart of the sky and our left hand to the heart of the earth. We sit right in between those 2 realms of existence. Spiritual beings having a human experience. Lean back a little more, breath in and breath out. Inhale pulls us back up to our warrior 2. Tick-tock in that left foot. Hands to heart center and pause. Remind yourself of the intention again. And this time, interlace your hands behind low back. Drop the wrist towards the earth, lift the chin to the sky, looking for our star again. Maybe back row can't see through the ceiling there, sorry. Then come back up through neutral. We're going to dive forward. Head starts to dangle. Wrists go overhead, away from the sacrum. Maybe heel toe just a little wider. Give yourself some more fold. Breathe in. And breathe out. Again, inhale. And exhale. Last time, breath in. And breath out. Release your hands down to the earth. Walk around to the front of the mat. Heel toe in that left foot for pigeon. Now, reverse pigeon is an option. Laying on your back and you figure 4 that left ankle over right knee. Open your heart to the sky. And then come on down. And eventually, if we can, we want our forehead to rest to the floor, or our mat rather. Maybe we make a little pedestal with our hands or our forearms. That just allows for the third eye center, Ajna Chakra, to activate. Wherever we bring our awareness, whether it's in touch or mental awareness, physical or mental, the prana flows to that space. So a little bit of awareness to the third eye opens up our intuitive abilities. You probably know Pigeon's one of those longer poles. I have a little something I wanted to share with you that I found interesting, because sometimes we can't always tell the difference between our intuitive voice and our ego voice, or our soul self and our ego self. I found this little chart I wanted to share with you. Your ego says, if I can read it, I'm a victim of circumstance. And your soul would say, I create my own reality. Your ego would say, I live in scarcity, there is never enough. And your soul would say, I live in abundance, there is always enough. And your ego would say, I am alive temporarily, and that is scary. And our soul would say, I am alive temporarily, and that is awesome. Our ego would say, I'm a machine made of accidents, ones and zeros. And our soul would say, I'm an artist made of infinite energy. The ego would say, I am in competition with the world. And the soul would say, I am in harmony with the world. Our ego would say, it's complicated. And our soul would say, I am happy. All right, gently push on up. That's a tough one. Long holds, getting in those hips. Open our heart to the sky. Then plant your hands, push on back, down dog, and pedal that out. Let that left leg loosen up. Get the lines of energy back to even between your legs. Head dangle, shake out some more shizzle in the head. And then we'll get the right side. So the right leg is going to go up high to the sky. And then we're going to swoop in for Pigeon on this side. So when you start in that upright position, open your heart to the sky, and then come on down, Sleeping Pigeon. Again, that option for Reverse Pigeon, laying on your back in Figure 4. And along the same lines, I have another one I want to share with you. The ego isn't a bad thing, although it gets categorized as bad, and I just made it sound like it was bad. But it's like a puppy dog. If we don't train it from the beginning, it's going to pee on the floor, eat your furniture, and bark at everybody. But if we learn how to train our ego so that it's in service and not the master, it begins to serve your intuition. One of the things that I found was this little list. Questions your ego will ask you. This is how you can tell the difference. Your ego will ask you things like, what if I fail? Why is this happening to me? How much will that cost me? What if they hate me? Why does this work for everyone else except for me? Why is this so hard and heavy and challenging? Can you guarantee I will get those results? Why is everything so expensive? Why is everyone better at this than me? Why does this always happen to me? What am I doing wrong? I'm doing everything right. And why doesn't it work for me? Why is everyone else so much farther along than me? Those are things that your ego questions. Your intuition would say it like this. What if I succeed? What is the best that can happen? What can I learn from this situation? What is this trying to teach me? Why am I feeling this way about X, Y, and Z? Is this the truth? Can I change the story I am telling myself? How can I find a solution? Is this investment worth it? What is the solution to all of this? Who do I need to be or become to make this work? Where do I need to work on this? And how come I can say, okay, that didn't work? What can I do differently next time? And what does this goal need to be? Sorry, I don't know that. Just a reframing of the question so that it's not the martyr victim. It's typically the difference. All right, let's rise out of this one. Good long hold. Keep it even on both sides. Open up your heart. Press back. Dog pedal out that right side. Feels good. Getting out of that pose, but it also feels good. Enjoy. Come on down to your knees now. Just have a sit back on your heels. Take your palms up, eyes closed for just a moment. Well, no, I keep saying that. Enjoy that. Sorry. Close them if you want. Just feel what comes up when you move the energy in your body. When you try to quiet the mind or feed the mind a high vibration thought pattern. How does that shift things inside you? What starts to transform? Maybe little irritations come up, little fidgets and wiggles, maybe some memories. If these are the things that are low vibration and you coming to the surface, let them come up and out. Sometimes we expel them through our exhales, through our tears. Sometimes it's just that shaking or letting out a little noise from within. Good scream in the woods. All right, let's move into Gustafson, Camel's pose. So coming up on your knees, if it's too tough on your knees on the floor here, you can double back your mat and give yourself a little bit of push. Hands on the hips. You can either curl the toes under or keep the flats of the feet on the ground, yogi's choice. Draw the elbows together behind and then lift the chin up. Press your hips forward. This is the pose in the beginner stage, and you can hang here and get lots of goodness. If you want to go back a little deeper, start with the right hand. Just bring it around and go for that right heel, and just take the left hand to the sky. Kind of a warmer upper for that fuller back bend. And then come back up and switch sides. Take that left hand back for that left heel, and right hand to the sky. And then come back up to neutral again. And then do double time if you want to go back for both. Otherwise, just keep it in that neutral position with hands on the hips. So you go back, and you go back. And then once you have both heels, shift the hips forward. Heels, there they are. And then open up the heart. Take a breath in and a big breath out. And one more. Inhale and exhale. And we come back up and have a sit on our heels or between our heels. Jupiter and Saturn. You can see when you come out, there's a whole party going on over here. Moon, Jupiter, and Saturn. Feel that big heart opener. We're going to do it again 2 more times. Your choice if you want to go all the way back or not. You get just as much by throwing open the arms and dropping the head back. That going for the heels is just a little extra. So let's come back up. Hands on our hips. Press the hips. You want the hips to stay over the knees. But when you go back for the heel, that's okay. But then shift them forward. When you're ready, here we go. Press the hips, lift the chin, pull the shoulders back. You're there. You can stay there. Or go on back for the heel, one, and then the other. And re-shift the hips forward. Head drops back, breath in. Big breath out. Inhale again. Exhale, last one. Inhale and exhale. Hook yourself back up. Have a sit on your heels or between your heels, palms up. Maybe eyes closed, maybe not. And just feel. What happens when you crack your heart open that big and make space in there? Stuff comes up. That's good. Better that we release and keep it bottled up. The Buddha says resentment, which is often what we're holding in there. Resentment is like swallowing poison and hoping the other person dies. So let it out. Don't let your resentment poison you. Okay, last one, best one. When I come into the third camel pose, I like to give it as a dedication. 2 for me to help me crack open, and 1 for somebody, something else. There's so much we need in this world, so just pick where it goes. Let it serve. Let little wings come on the heart energy of this and spread out there. Start with hands on the hips, elbows draw together behind. Lift the chin to the sky. Take a breath in. Big breath out. Go into it as deep as you want. You don't have to go all the way back. Remember, it's not a competition. Take a breath in. Big breath out. And one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Blasting that out there. Come back up. Have a sit on the heels. Or if your knees can handle it, it's a knee thing. You can drop your booty down in between. Palms up. Eyes closed and feel. What kind of emotions surge in that? And there's not a bad one. If you feel pissed off, you feel pissed off. If you feel grief or sorrow, you feel that. If you feel joy, ecstasy, excitement, feel that. The main thing is not to repress your emotions. And then we'll come back up, swing our legs around to the front. Gotta love Colorado. Got wave every now and then. Smell the marijuana vibe. Take our hands out. Float our feet. We're in our belly. This is third chakra. This is a fire one. This last little bit, little heat, so when we go into Shavasana, we have some heat with us. And it's also a chance for you to check in with your courage, your self-confidence, conversely, your insecurities, self-doubt. That's the center we're in. That's where it's all held. So just firing up a little bit more. Maybe take our legs straight. That's hard. Don't have to do it. Take another breath in. Big breath out. Last one. Inhale, and we'll float back. Float your shoulders and your feet. Low boat. It's hard. Shaking happens. That's good. It's releasing nervous energy on your spine. You'll sleep really good. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 2, 1. Lay on back. Good job, ladies. Soles of the feet together, knees plop out to the side. Left hand to the heart, right hand to the belly. You've got this beautiful, beautiful light out right now. It's one of my favorite times of day, the twilight, the liminal period, in between the two realms. It's a good time to reflect on the fact that you are human and spiritual. We forget that spiritual piece so often. That's the ego taking a big, strong hold. So we use the natural vibrations, star twinkles, the light of the moon, the sun setting, to help us remember that we're part of that spiritual realm. There's something greater than ourselves working through us. The Lakota say, it's one great spirit, a great mystery. No matter how you call it, source, universe, God, goddess, Brahma, Yahweh, Allah, there's something greater than ourselves. Now help your thighs back together, knees come together, reach on the outer side of your thighs. Hug your knees into your chest and give yourself a good squeezing. Thank yourself for making it to the mat. You got here. You're doing the work. And keep the right knee hooked in. Take the left leg long to the ground. Give a good squeezy. we'll take the right leg straight up to the sky and give a climb up the back of it. So a little hamstring stretch, bringing your face towards your knee and your knee towards your face. Big little tug there. Then we'll climb back down the leg. Put a bend in the right knee, and before you twist, draw that right knee out to the right. Use your right hand to draw it out like a little chicken wing. Put your left hand on your left hip and press it down. Left shoulder presses down, so your splayed wide open. And if you want to go for a little deeper, you can grab peace fingers onto big toe on that right side and pull that right leg straight out to the right, hand to toe pose. Keep that left side pressed down. Take a breath in, big breath out, and one more like that. Inhale, and exhale. Then we'll put a bend in that right knee, bring it back into neutral. Shoot your hips over to the right and drop your knee over to the left for a supine twist. Right arm goes right, look out to the right. And 3 deep breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale again, all the way up to the crown chakra, all the way down to the root chakra. And last one, full inhale, full exhale. Coming out of the twist, back to neutral. Right leg goes back up to the sky. Point and draw a line all the way down. Bring that left knee in. Squeezy and a hug. And then left leg to the sky. We're going to climb up the back of the left leg, pulling our face towards our knee and our knee towards our face. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more time here. Inhale. And exhale. Climb back down. Put a bend in the left knee. Pull it out to the left as you pin down your right side body. Just let that inner thigh open up a little more. Breath in. And breath out. Peace fingers on big toe and extend out to your left. You don't have to take the straight leg. You can hold the knee if you want. Keep that right side pinned down. Inhale. And exhale. And one more time. Breath in. And breath out. Put a bend back in the left knee. Bring it to neutral. Shoot your hips to the left and drop your knee to the right. Cactus or T, that left arm and lift left. 3 deep breaths again. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale again. And exhale. And one more time. Breath in. Come on out of the twist. Bring the left leg up high to the sky. Draw a line all the way down. Any other poses you might need for practice, feel free to take them. Otherwise, make your way into final rest, Shavasana. You won't hold it too long. I know it's chilly. Maybe you have some extra coats, socks to put on. But it's important that you give yourself just a little bit of Shavasana. The point of it is to merge the mind, the body, and the spirit all into one. So best you can, keep a little blank screen between the ears. Try not to think too much. Try not to fidget and wiggle. Just let that soul hold you. knees back into your chest and give yourself another hug. You can't do that self-care, self-love too much. Enough as it is. And roll to your side in fetal position and just pause there for a moment. Let everything sink in. Any little awarenesses or revelations or epiphanies that came to you. Just the overall feeling that yoga brings. A little more centered. A little more connected to your true self. All shift down. Remind yourself of your intention you set. For whatever reason, nothing's random. That thought came to you. It's a calling from your soul self for that vibration to increase in your field. So keep it on the spin. Make it into dream time. Bring it up with you back into seated. Sukhasana, easy pose. Eyes closed if you'd like. Hands at the heart center. We'll seal our time together with 3 ohms. The first ohm to bring us peace in our physical bodies. Take a big breath in. And sliding your palms to third eye center. This ohm for peace in your thoughts and in your emotions. Take another breath in. And palms back to heart center. This ohm for peace in your soul. Another inhale. Bow your head towards your heart. All that is good and light in me honors and recognizes all that is good and light in each of you beautiful souls. I bow to you all. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Julia, for the opportunity. What a beautiful place. Y'all have a good night. If you want to check out, come around and see. Of course, the moon, you know. That littler one is Saturn, and that big bright one is Jupiter. And those two are wreaking some havoc on 2020. I'll tell you that. We geek out on it because we're both astrologers, and we have a little astrology report that's free that comes out on the full moon and new moon if you guys want it. Subscribe to the Shaman and the Mermaid on YouTube, and it'll just be in your inbox. You'll see us right there on Thursday, right there in your inbox. Thanks. Good start. If you're out there, thank